A life may exist for just a short time, and yet it can touch and affect many other lives. William Guy Forbeck lived this kind of life. In 1983, William was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, a pernicious form of childhood cancer. He fought bravely, but succumbed at age 11. In their loss, his family, physicians, and close friends perceived an opportunity to give William's life added meaning and give other patients new hope.
There is no fitting tribute to someone who dies as a child with cancer, but if he had to die, then I think this is a wonderful memorial to him. It goes along with his struggle against cancer.
The night that Billy died, I talked to the doctors who had worked with him and said that I appreciated the effort they had made and that I hoped they would continue to work together, continue the spirit of cooperation.
One of the biggest problems we had in Billy's cancer was to find the people that knew anything about the disease and to get the help that they might need. And so from this we learned that there was a need to have a forum.
I thought, oh my God, another meeting. But as we talked, and there was a different purpose to this meeting, a different slant to this meeting, and I thought, well, maybe there's something there.
What exists in one hospital is oftentimes relatively restricted to the experience at that institution. At a center way across the country, another idea may be going on, another concept may be evolving. How to connect those, how to bring people together, create a dialogue that goes beyond the borders of an institution is really what I think the Forbecks had in mind when they were thinking about this foundation.
It was to be a think tank, a Manhattan Project, except we were developing an atomic bomb against cancer. And it was the same idea of trying to get top people in the field working together to speed research and move ahead more quickly.
The William Guy Forbeck Research Foundation was formed in 1984 to promote advances and shorten the research timetable in the field of oncology, particularly pediatric oncology. The foundation supports cutting-edge cancer research in a unique manner by bringing together leading scientists from all over the world and enhancing communications between them by breaking down barriers. The cornerstone of the foundation's effort is its annual scientific forum held at Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. The scientists meet in a private think tank environment. Taken out of their laboratories and surrounded by natural beauty, participants engage in frank and open exchange and build upon each other's knowledge and experience.
We believe that the forum saves valuable time and money and helps expedite the process of finding a cure for cancer. For each Forbeck Forum, we invite a small group of the best basic and clinical scientists from around the world, all of whom are working on a specific area of cancer research. We have seen that this leads to new hypotheses and redefines their current work.
If you go to an average cancer conference in America, you will have anything from 500 to 10,000 people there. If I wanted to go and meet somebody at a conference like that, I spend more of my time looking for them than I actually would having the chance to talk to them. This is very clearly very, very different.
Inevitably, new ideas come through. I have participated in several of these Forbeck meetings, and every time I walk away with new knowledge, new ideas, new friends.
There is a spark that ignites, and this spark in many cases has continued on and on and on, and it's a friendship that is begun here but goes on for years.
Oh, it's absolutely spectacular. The level of interchange and the quality of the interchange and the ambience that surrounds the interchange is as good as I might have hoped it to be.
There's a change with each session. And in the first session, frequently, people don't know exactly how to relate. And as they loosen up a little bit, then information starts spilling out, and excitement and debates, and it's really nice to see that.
The environment indeed could be so electric that sometimes people will actually stand up and shout and say it's wrong, or boy is that terrific. It's a great thing when that happens. It means that people are comfortable in being able to kind of edge each other on.
And because of the format, people have a tendency to be very open about their most recent results. People are not only encouraged, but it's a great joy to be able to stand up and say, this is what we did yesterday, look at this, what do you think about this? And I think that obviously gives it a lot of excitement.
It's just exciting scientifically. It's an opportunity to interact with the best people in your field, and it's an opportunity to discuss how that can be applied to the clinical situation, which not all scientists have at their home institution. Now, you know, many people who work in basic science labs never meet clinical people.
They've been remarkably successful in bringing together some of the best people in the country or the world to discuss a particular topic. When you have the best and brightest sitting together, only good things can come from that.
During these intense 3 days of formal meetings and impromptu conversations, researchers cross-pollinate their ideas, stimulate fresh thinking, and advance the battle against cancer.
Anytime you sit around with 12 smart people and you listen to them chattering back and forth, you're bound to learn things about either new facts you didn't know or new discoveries that hadn't crossed your field yet.
People come and they're excited by other people's research, and there's cross-fertilization of ideas, and there's collaborative research that sometimes spins out of it, and the environment really leads to that.
I am not a scientist, and I can't specifically say some of the things that have been accomplished, but if I had to put my finger on one thing, it's the saving of time. And research has been done that doesn't work, or research that's underway now that's expedited because of the help of the forum.
I've been very impressed that there have been tangible benefits from this, that there really have been exchanges of reagents, of protocols, of ideas, of collaborations that probably would not have occurred had they not had this forum.
The subject of each year's forum is identified by the distinguished members of the Foundation's Scientific Advisory Board. They carefully review advanced research areas and select the subject with the greatest prospect for significant progress. They also name a respected scientist to chair the forum.
The Scientific Advisory Board has been doing a tremendous job of predicting the future, always on the edge of cancer research, always providing that exciting forum for scientists to work together.
I think the forum is a marvelous structure. It's really a needed structure in this area where there's an explosion of information, to be able to get under the formalism of publication, of standard presentations, and just converse about the things we're all struggling with. And this forum has that wonderful informality that allows that to happen.
Past forums have addressed important topics like molecular targets, innovations in imaging, and microRNAs. These sessions have spawned a wide range of results by engaging some of the most brilliant minds in research. One of the Foundation's greatest accomplishments to date arose from the very first forum.
The first symposium was on neuroblastoma, both clinical and biological aspects of neuroblastoma, which is the tumor that Billy Forbeck had. And it became clear that it was going to be difficult or impossible for people to compare the results of clinical trials or biologic studies, given the fact that we didn't have a common language or a common basis for comparison, namely the staging system of patients.
So the Foundation actually went out and invited leaders of all the study groups from the Western world to meet together to see if they could actually put together a staging system where people could talk through a common language.
And now it's, I think, well established that people across the world are using this system. And this all came out of the first Forbeck think tank on neuroblastoma and the support that they have provided to have these symposia.
The conference was the first of many wonderful things that have happened and will continue to happen. It's proof how a small, tightly financed foundation can make practical contributions at an unbelievably low cost.
As someone who's been responsible for raising money and managing not-for-profits for about 25 years, I'm very impressed with their dedication to mission, their staying on track, their dreaming and actually accomplishing that dream in a short period. It's now a world-recognized contribution to the scientific side of cancer.
The Forbeck Foundation is the most efficient use of cancer dollars anywhere in the country. And I say that because of the structure that we have. We have a very small, efficient organization. The heart and soul of it is Jennifer Forbeck. Jennifer Forbeck is very well organized. She's a driver. She is committed. She is the operations director, if you will. So with Jennifer's sense of organization and George's free spirit, they have produced a very effective team to getting this rolling.
The story of the Forbeck Foundation would not be complete without acknowledging the efforts of countless people behind the scenes, the donors, trustees, and other volunteers who have contributed their resources, time, and energy to ensure the ongoing success of the foundation and all its activities.
I'm honored and humbled as chairman of the foundation, following in the footsteps of past chairmen Chip Berry, Dick Goodemote, and Ed Frick. The foundation's goal is to advance the timetable in the prevention and cure of this dreaded disease. It's one of my missions in life to advance that charge.
To further the advance of cancer research, the foundation created the Forbeck Scholar Awards. And in 2005, the foundation began inviting scholars to participate in a special retreat held in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
The Scholar Board is comprised of a lot of young philanthropists who are almost all have been affected by cancer in their immediate family. And we host and sponsor the Scholar Retreat. It's based off of the annual forum in Hilton Head with the same format.
The beauty of this forum is we're in a very intimate setting where the young scientists can interact with mentors and get feedback in terms of how to really establish themselves as independent investigators and are going to contribute to our knowledge over time.
I'm exposed to research and talks that I wouldn't necessarily listen to. And then in some of these talks, you make a connection where either it's a personal connection, like, wow, I got to work with this guy, we have to talk more. Or sometimes it just opens you up to a new field that you say, I have to start thinking about this.
The retreat brings back the junior scientists for 4 consecutive years. And that continuity leads to collaborations forming, and it fosters friendships that otherwise would not have happened.
You can get mentoring, you can get friendship, you can get collaborations, and it's probably a lifelong experience.
I just feel confident down the road that I'm going to see these people again as the ones with the answer.
People get a chance to interact with very big names in science who they would never ever meet on a day-to-day basis, which must be an absolutely fantastic fillip for their career.
It's a great, tremendous feeling to be part of it. And there's a camaraderie that everybody has developed because we feel that we're making progress, and you feel good about making progress with something that's as devastating as cancer.
It really is very impressive, the quality of people that they have gotten together for these meetings, and I think the impact that they've had on neuroblastoma in particular, but on other fields as well, has been tremendous.
They've created an opportunity for a meeting that doesn't exist in any other forum.
I think it's extremely valuable. I mean, I'd cherish this opportunity.
It is the ultimate in communication.
One word or 1,000 words never talks about a tragedy enough. But this every year represents progress for all the children and for adults.
This is really a wonderful tribute to Billy. I wish he could be here to see the scientists, the researchers, who put so much time and effort into this disease that he learned way too much about in the year that he battled it.
One short life has led to many positive results. Through the work of the William Guy Forbeck Research Foundation.